love
and
him.
he can
but
put,
he's
he
never
can
going to
pull
be
past.
Messi or Ronaldo.
He's
in terms of goals.
as a buyable one. That's a sweet deal, man.
This is the weirdest football podcast I've ever been on.
It's quite interesting that you know, we kind of talk about that, and that's the initial thing that we all talk about as men, either whether that's banter, whether that's talking about a ridiculous transfer fee. You know what I mean? It's a natural thing that we go towards.
When the football season ends, I will lose like half a dozen friends because the only thing I talk to them about is football. That's the only interest we have together that is shared.
Yeah.
So I do get in a habit of now, okay, we've talked about football for a bit, and then we go, all right, so how's the family? And then you do get that bit where like, what do you want to know about my...
And that's why, you know, I think the guys at Calm bringing us here today and being able to be here with our pals, those that we speak closely to, people that, you know, we've brought here today, are all those people that we don't need to have that kind of awkward chat for like 5 minutes about something that's nothing to do with the subject you really want to talk about. Yeah. I guess the first thing that I want to know and that I wanted to kind of discuss with all of you was, you know, what's a best man?
If you go through something that's fantastic and you want to share it with someone, the person you know who will be as excited and animated as if it was their triumph. And when you're the lowest, kind of sharing it with you as if it was their low.
There is the matter of a small wedding that will happen this year, and of course your brother. Very, 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 very happy for him.
It's a big decision. Are we going to Wembley or are we going to...
You touched on something there, Rio. Yeah. I'm still working it out, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to see what I can do.
Having that person there, and I think it's kind of apt that, you know, we're talking about a best man project, so to speak.
He hasn't asked me yet.
But that relationship...
It could be a sensitive issue.
Yeah, but that relationship that you have, obviously, is that something that you share with him? Are there friends of yours that you have that type of thing with? Because sometimes it doesn't have to be a sibling.
For me, I've got several friends who are really, really close, like the best mates who I rely on very heavily, and equally, they rely on me. My brother and I's relationship, you know, is closer than it's been because of the situations we've been through. You know, losing our mother at a young age has helped us sort of travel through that difficult patch together. That's the thing about being a best mate, is that you inevitably, one of you is on an up, or one of you may be on a down, and it's going to go like that throughout life. You're never going to be, you know, it's never going to be absolutely perfect.
A lot of friendship for me is based on, if this person says it will all be okay, will I believe them?
When I was probably feeling at my lowest in football in terms of my physical condition, obviously being around Jamie as my best mate, but also manager as well, he sensed that, and we had an open discussion. And opening up and saying, yeah, I am weak. I do feel like I've got no fight left. But then getting the reassurance from your friend, getting that push from your friend was so vital for me, in that negative thought was then turned into a positive.
I was sitting there knowing that I could just sense, I think you can sense, you know, my pal's in trouble here. Both coming from footballing backgrounds, male-dominated, 30 guys in a dressing room. No one wants to talk or give anybody the edge. But I remember that moment, I was sitting there for an hour saying, shall I, shan't I? I had like parrots on each shoulder, one saying yeah, one saying no, should I? What happens if he shuts me down? You know, so I know how the relationship's strong, but you still got worries, you know, I said, listen, are you all right?
There are moments, no matter how big and powerful you feel you are, that there's going to be vulnerable moments, and then it's about that best friend, that group of people around you, to see that in you.
The most important thing about this whole thing and being able to speak to your best man or your best friend is being able to like come to terms with yourself.
You know, I've been at very low points. I've had some pretty bad situations with depression and suicide. Yeah. And I've come through the other side, and I know what it's like, and I know how pointless it is to bottle those things up, because they're going to come out whether you want them to or not. It's kind of addictive to actually start talking about these things, because once you start talking about it, you feel this massive relief, and you go, "Geez, it's that easy, is it?"
It is just a conversation. Once you've broken down that initial barrier, it does just become the norm. But the hardest thing is, you know, breaking down that barrier.
Someone's got to be the brave one. Someone's got to take the first step and just make that first initial approach and say, you know, I'm putting it out there. You know, that upset me. And one of the things from my point of view is I get to meet so many different people from so many different backgrounds, and nearly everyone is the same. We're all emotionally, you know, get upset about things. We all want to talk about it, and it's so. I feel it, and I see it when people open up to me, But it's very funny that when I go away and I hear people don't talk to each other, I'm like, oh, how? I mean, I met that guy and I met that guy and they were so open to me. Why are they not open to each other? And it's really interesting. Guys want to talk. They just got to take that first step, and it's got to feel safe to do it.
Yeah.
There's my favourite rapper of all time is a guy called Common, and he says when you're being weak is when you're really being strong, because it is 100% that. If you can feel you can be vulnerable in front of someone else, and they can be vulnerable in front of you, then that's when you truly can, I don't know, be brave with each other and help each other through something that's actually scary.
I think, all of this, what we're doing, is an amazing thing. So boys, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
And yeah, now we can go back to talk about football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good?